From sexual misconduct to severe cases of doping, here are the top 10 famous sports stars who tragically ruined their careers. Starting off with the women's U.S. soccer team's ex-heartthrob. Hope Solo went from being a great soccer player to a difficult one when she tested positive for a banned substance in 2012. Well, according to her, she didn't know that the banned substance was in her medicine. That's a pretty lame excuse, but things just kept getting worse after that. In 2014, she was arrested for domestic violence after getting into a fight with her half-sister and nephew. She also verbally assaulted an officer once. From what I know, she told him how he was a scumbag who was scared that she would kick his butt. Then, a year after, in 2015, U.S. Soccer suspended her for her part in arresting her husband, Jeremy Stevens, for driving under the influence. Solo was kicked out of her soccer league for 6 months in 2016 after she called Team Sweden a bunch of cowards after the United States lost a game. Excuse the bad joke, but that wasn't very hopeful of her. But Solo is nothing compared to the infamous Lamar Odom. The New Yorker was picked in the NBA draft in 1999 and went on to play for the Clippers, Heat, Mavericks, and Clippers again. During his notorious career, he won the NBA championship twice. Now, here's the thing. Throughout Odom's career, he was often in trouble for drug use, and this came to an end when he was found unconscious in a brothel in Nevada in 2015 after consuming a good amount of cocaine, for which he had to be put on life support before getting better. Obviously, this meant his career was over in the NBA, and he also admitted that his drug use had caused his career to end sooner than it should have. What a waste of potential. This brings me to another talented person who didn't use his skills well. I'm talking about Bryant McKinnie. You see, McKinnie is known for two things. First, there was the boating scandal with the Minnesota Vikings in 2005, where he basically helped set up a group of prostitutes who would come to the game and have with the players. On top of this, the party animal also got into trouble in a nightclub in 2008 when he was charged with aggravated violence after getting into a fight on the street. The Viking star spat in a bouncer's face and hit him with a heavy pole. He didn't really face jail time for this, as he only had to do community service, but it hurt his career in a way that could not be revived. That's interesting, but not more than Tanya Harding's interesting life.
I am here to show you how to do it properly and as safely as possible.
Nailing it.
Chest up, look at me. There you go, that was good.
Yeah, you're incredible.
Thank you, Andy.
And I'm so happy that we met. And
Harding won Skate America in 1989 and the U.S. title in 1991 and 1994, and she also participated in the Olympic Games twice. But things turned sour in 1994 when her ex-husband, Jeff Gillily, attacked her main rival, Nancy Kerrigan. This caused a lot of trouble, as people speculated her to be in the attack, and after a trial, she was found guilty of trying to stop the police from doing their job. As a result, the United States Figure Skating Association banned her for life, so she could never skate professionally again. Speaking of getting a lifetime ban, Lance Armstrong is up next.
That I decided to sit with her was that not because we did have an existing relation. A good friend of mine really sums it up this way, and I believe this. He says, wasn't enough. You didn't say enough. You didn't tattletale enough. You didn't rat enough. You didn't say.
Armstrong beat testicular cancer and unbelievable odds to go on and win 7 Tour de France titles. Because of his success, he started to show up in Nike ads all over the world, and his yellow Livestrong bracelet started to be worn by his fans everywhere. That is until other bikers started talking about how he used drugs illegally, even though he never tested positive. He eventually admitted on Oprah Winfrey's daytime show in 2013 that the suspicions were true. As a result, he lost his Nike sponsorship and all of his titles immediately. He was also banned from cycling for the rest of his life. Well, that's another way to come clean. But the grisliest story on this list is that of NFL's Aaron Hernandez. In 2010, the New England Patriots picked up a tight end in the draft's 4th round, where he played for them for 3 years. But everything fell apart when he was caught and charged with murder in 2013. You see, Hernandez Reynolds was found guilty of killing Odin Lloyd and sent to prison for life without the chance of getting out. He was also charged with killing 2 people, but these charges were dropped in 2017. But things took a really dark turn on April 19, 2017, when Hernandez killed himself in his prison cell, putting an end to his tragic story. Speaking of darkness, let's talk about the infamous Mike Tyson.
Probably be Muhammad Ali.
Maybe.
Both have the aggression. I'm gonna have to go with Conor because he's Irish, though.
All right, tell him. Here we go. Let's do this. Mike Tyson versus Butterbean.
You see, Tyson grew up in a rough part of Brooklyn, but he got his life together with the help of a boxing coach and became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. But in 1992, he was found guilty of an 18-year-old college student. Tyson was given a 10-year prison sentence, but 4 years were taken off, and before the punishment was given, Tyson said a few words to the judge. He didn't really beg for forgiveness, as he knew it wasn't gonna work out. He told the judge that he had been put to shame and put to death all over the world, and that he's ready for the worst to happen. Tyson was only 25 years old at the time, and he had lost the respect and support of many people, but this meant his career would never be the same as it was before. Well, that's one way to ruin your rising career, but what Gaza did to himself was pretty concerning. Paul Gascoigne, or Gaza as his fans called him, was a big deal when he first started playing soccer. He was seen as one of the biggest stars in the world, and he had the talent to get to the top. After the 1990 FIFA World Cup, he moved to Italy for a lot of money, and everything seemed to be going well. But 1998 saw him hitting rock bottom, as he'd been drinking too much and was sent to rehab, and since then, the tabloids have always discussed Gaza's mental health. That's one example of going from hero to zero, but it's nothing compared to Oscar Pistorius' hero to zero story. After winning gold medals in the Paralympics, Pistorius became the first runner with prosthetic legs to make the South African Olympic team. Now, this was a pretty big achievement, and even though he didn't win a medal, he was praised for being so brave and called a great hero for carrying his country's flag at the end of the games. He also made people consider more players getting prosthetic legs and raised the bar for many fans. But things turned really dark when he was caught for the murder of his girlfriend. According to him, it was an accident because he thought she was a burglar, but he was found guilty and sent to prison. And this only made me think of how a man who could have helped a lot of disabled people ended up breaking the hearts of a lot of people. But do you know what else is heartbreaking? How Tiger Woods swung the club to end his career. Woods used to be known as the best golfer in the world and looked well dressed and nice, but this image was shattered in 2010 when he and his wife Ellen Nordegren got into a fight with a golf club and an Escalade. She had found proof that he was involved with other women in shady ways, but after the dust settled, it was revealed that some of his mistresses were strippers, porn actresses, and even a minor. And it's fair to say, after playing professional golf and taking some time away from the spotlight, his career has never been the same. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.